Questions orales. The Honourable Member for Burnaby, New Westminster.
OECD warns the troubled global financial markets and family debt levels of Canadians are bad news for our economy. They say the outlook for the Canadian economy has worsened significantly. OECD predicts growth for next year almost 1 full percentage point below budget projections and below the minister's recent revision. Canada lost 72,000 full-time jobs last month. Canadians have plummeting wages. How much more evidence does it take for this government to act? How much more evidence does it take to make the next budget an investment budget for Canadians?
The Right Honourable Prime Minister.
Well, first of all, Mr. Speaker, the OECD's projections are actually very close to the government's in the economic and fiscal update. Following the policies we followed have created nearly 600,000 jobs in Canada. It's one of the best records in the world, and that includes some significant investments that the NDP voted against. Let me be very clear, Mr. Speaker. The things the NDP advocates for the Canadian economy, raising taxes, shutting down industries, blocking trade, they will never be the policies of this government.
The Honourable Member for Burnaby, New Westminster.
Bogus figures don't help, Mr. Speaker, and slumping growth isn't the only wake-up call today. Canada has a whopping record deficit in its balance of payment, among the worst of all industrialized countries. This is evidence of a failed export strategy. Canadians have already borrowed more than $39 billion from offshore this year to finance that deficit. And this government does little to boost our value-added exports that create good jobs right here in Canada. No wonder we're in trouble, and Canadians work longer for less under this government. So where's the plan to turn things around? When are they going to learn from their mistakes instead of covering them up? Where's the jobs plan? Where's the value-added?
The Right Honourable Prime Minister. The Honourable Minister of State.
Well, thank you, Mr. Speaker. In fact, there actually was a plan. I would remind that honourable member that he voted against that. In fact, every time we bring a plan forward to help create jobs, to help reduce taxes for businesses that actually do create jobs in this country, Mr. Speaker, the NDP stand up and vote against it. Then they stand up and ask us to extend the programs that they voted against, Mr. Speaker. I'm a little unsure of what they're going to ask next.
Mr. Burnaby, New Westminster.
Mais on va dire qu'on a voté contre les échecs de ce gouvernement, Monsieur le Président, et il y en a beaucoup. Sous les conservateurs, malheureusement, le déficit commercial du Canada a passé de 16 milliards à 81 milliards. Échec. L'endettement des ménages atteint de nouveaux records. Échec. 62 000 emplois à temps plein perdus le mois dernier. Échec. 2 millions de Canadiens sans travail. Échec. Les salaires qui baissent. Échec. Est-ce que le Premier ministre va entendre l'alarme? Va-t-il se réveiller enfin pour s'occuper des familles canadiennes et créer un plan pour l'emploi et faire des succès plutôt que des échecs de ce gouvernement-là?
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. And the only alarm that Canadians are hearing is when the opposition vote against things like they voted against 2 Mondays ago. They voted against job creation tax credits for small businesses, Mr. Speaker. That's a failure. They voted against the family caregiver tax credit, another failure of the NDP. They voted against the children's arts tax credit, Mr. Speaker. I could go on and on and on of all the things that the NDP has voted against, Mr. Speaker. There's almost 600,000 more Canadians working than there were at the end of the recession, Mr. Speaker. That's success for those people.